Rise and shine, Rwanda. It's Wednesday, the 24th of February.
Good morning. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning and you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Yvette Shimbusho.
Over the next hour, I'll bring you all the latest news, sports and business headlines from here in Rwanda and around the world. Beginning, of course, with Yvette with the latest in business. Yvette, what do you have for us today?
Well, there are a few conflicts that are still going on between the Uber taxi drivers and the regular taxi drivers in Kenya. So I'll tell you more about that later.
All right, Sherry, what's up in the world of lifestyle and entertainment?
Have you guys heard of Inzovu African Village?
No.
Okay, no. That's it. And I'm sure even most of our viewers haven't.
So Elephant African Village.
Yes. All right, that's all I'm going to say. And
are there
I'll tell you more
there?
about... No, there are no elephants.
All right. Yeah. Moses, what's in the world of sports?
Well, the FIFA presidential candidacy is heating up because the election is coming this Friday on 26th. And Tokyo Sexual took Gianni Infantino to Robben Island in South Africa, where he was imprisoned for 13 years, him and Mandela, to show how important that prison played part in revolution of football in South Africa and the entire world, and how people should look at it as an example when building the FIFA in terms of like eliminating corruption and stuff. So I'll tell you more details about the presidential campaign that is going on.
I can't wait to hear that, of course. Well, all that and more still to come, but first, Rise and Shine, story of the day. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda Story of the Day with me, Ivan Magwene. Now that the results are out, of course, students are planning on getting into college. Well, today we're discussing one of the major issues facing our graduates today. There's been a concern reported in the media about unmarketable university degrees by some students, worried that they will not get jobs with the courses they have been pursuing. So this morning we open up the discussion on this same topic. Is it that the courses students that are pursuing in university are at times unmarketable, or it is an issue with the environment in which they're pursuing their dreams? And of course, joining me to shed more light on this same topic are my colleagues. And of course, I'll start from this side, Sherry. Now, part of why I think this topic came out is because, of course, we are facing huge numbers of unemployment rates in not only in Africa, worldwide. And part of some of the things that have been trending in the media is the fact that, students are doing unmarketable degrees. But in your own opinion, do you think that's the same issue, or it's just the issue of unemployment out there?
I wouldn't say there's any unmarketable degree. I really want to disagree with that, because there is a reason these universities are offering these degrees. There is a reason they're not offering, you remember the old school kind of printing thing that they used to really
typewriter.
Yeah, there's a reason they're not offering that, and they're offering something different. So if a university has a program going on, that doesn't mean it's unmarketable. It just depends on where exactly you are going to apply your knowledge. For example, let me just talk about social sciences, something like sociology. It is very scarce in Rwanda, especially, and I know a number of people who have done that degree, and maybe they decided to pursue different things, but not that same thing that they had studied. So I don't really think it's a matter of being unmarketable. I just think it's the field that's just scarce. Yeah.
Now, well, Yvette, we have a very increasing number of people going to college now, more than ever, I think, in history. But the problem, maybe part of the research I saw that was conducted was the fact that actually there is an issue that some of these courses offered are really unmarketable at the end of the day, and they're advising students, before you join university, you actually need to look what the university offers and also look at the statistics of unemployment of that same course you're taking. So in your own view, do you think maybe it's also the idea, do you think the idea of somebody choosing is really what, I mean, the fact that people actually not choosing what they're supposed to be pursuing at university, looking at all these statistics, is this something affecting them after they graduate from university? Or you just think, again, it is the general overview that there are not enough jobs in this era?
So it's somewhat like her question. So,
but in a different perspective with the numbers now.
Well, the first thing I would like to say is that I actually agree to some extent that there are certain degrees that are not marketable within certain countries. Let's say, for example, Rwanda. To some degree, sociology is not a marketable degree. Why? Because the field is not even at its infant stages. I mean, it just doesn't exist. It actually probably doesn't even exist. And if it does, it's not on its own. It's within other departments. Just the way psychology also is not on its own, unless maybe in a hospital, but it's within other departments as well, maybe in the police force or military, stuff like that. So what I would say is, okay, so the factor that is causing this is the fact that the degrees are not marketable. No. That is one. That is, to some extent, yes, it's not marketable. But two, also the environment in which we live in does not help in getting those jobs. I mean, you have the degree, you probably even have the equipment and you have the facilities, but you don't have people who actually going to be coming for your service, or you have no way really to create the job for yourself. For example, let's take psychology. Let's say you want to become a shrink, a psychiatrist, and you want to help people. Let's say a marriage counselor or something like that. And you actually go to school and you study and you do an internship abroad or something like that, and then you come back home. And you don't get people, because in our culture, first of all, we don't really talk about our personal issues to other strangers. And when we do, it's very
and you're not going to pay money.
You're not going to pay someone to
listen to your problems.
Listen to my problems. No. So yes, it's not marketable to some extent, but also the environment we live in does not offer the opportunities in which we can create the jobs. So there are two factors here. So I guess both of them. It's both the unmarketable degree and as well as the environment in which we live in.
Moses, do you think it's the other way around? Maybe are they unmarketable, or it's just the environment?
It's it's just the environment that actually play a big part in this because, as she just mentioned, especially African countries, you see, when you do those type of degrees, it's rare to get a job because no one is going to ask that service. You see, and when you look at in the police force, as she just mentioned, that's where they might need, that degree, that specialist. But it will be 1 out of 20. You see, and then it's the possibility to get a job is rare. So the environment plays a bigger part than the fact that it is not marketable. Because when you are good at anything, you always get people to get that service from you. But being good is not enough. But you need to have an opportunity to showcase what you know. And there must be some people need that service. So in African countries, it's rare. So, but abroad, other countries, it's, every degree is marketable. But in Africa, it's not every degree is marketable.
I really agree with him. I feel that the environment takes up a larger portion when it comes to the degree not being marketable and all of that. The factor of, the fact that we can't even get jobs is that the environment does not create the opportunity. So that takes up a bigger portion. But remember, that's like probably, let's say, 60%. The other 40% is that some degrees are not marketable in
okay.
this
Now,
country.
Sherry, there's something that I actually, I'm trying to hit, what do they call it? The bud with the two stones? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Two birds with one stone.
One stone. There's something that I saw is that most people are advised to take up their courses in accordance with the passion for what they love to do, and in an African society where you've had, for example, it's something that I saw, maybe it's not even the African society, we can break the stereotype, is that most people do not actually sometimes take it because of their passion. It's because sometimes your parent has told you to take it, so you have to take it. For example, if you came home and you told your father you wanted to do music at university, some fathers won't understand it, and mothers. If you came at home and you said you wanted to do drama,
Dance.
Dance.
Drama is good.
Dance.
You want to do contemporary dance.
Yes, exactly. What you, in general, the MDD, and you find yourself doing something that you're not so passionate about, and in the long run, you find yourself losing out on some opportunities in life because part of what you did was not passionate, or you're not passionate about
or your
it.
parents also thought it was not marketable.
Yes.
Right.
So on this same issue, what is your own view on that?
Gosh, my views are so many right now because first of all, that is very true, and not just Africa, but some parents just want you to be the way they've always imagined they want their child to be. They want you to be an engineer, they want you to be a lawyer, they want you to be a doctor, you know. They, like she was saying, you won't tell any parent, maybe especially in the African context, maybe you've got a scholarship to Yale to go and you know do dance.
Juilliard.
Yes, Juilliard. Yes, to do dance. They'll be like,
where is Juilliard? To do music.
You're going to this school to do music.
They won't even know it's an Ivy League. Juilliard. No.
They just won't get it. But I think what is happening right now is people are trying to adapt to the times. Because if there is something that is a very successful field, if you happen to work so hard, I will say music and sports. The same applies to somebody who wants to go to, I don't know if they call it a football academy.
Yes,
correct?
yeah,
something like, good, Sam.
Hallelujah,
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So anyway, they won't really believe, why would you want to not go to college and then you want to go to a football academy, I don't know, somewhere in South Africa or wherever. You see, it doesn't really make sense. But now where the world is heading, I think people are trying to adapt because these things really do pay off. As opposed to going and trying to be a doctor and, you know, some fields they require you to have to be passionately in. You want to tell somebody like me to go and inject someone when I can't even stand watching it, you know. So people are getting there, but it's really a struggle. Yes. I know many people, even actually Anne Kansime, I think she once told the story of the way she has a degree in music. She pursued music in university, and her father was like, what? What? Why are you doing music in school? And you see she's in the entertainment industry, and she's doing so good. So I think it's slowly, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Then, there's a joke that normally goes on. The Baganda say MDD means Musiru Dara Dara, which means stupid is so. Right. But anyways, part of what I saw, which is quite an interesting topic, I think also we need to shed more light on, is the fact that today, that most of these big international organizations are not actually looking a lot at what you have as a degree. What they want is something that they look at talent. That's number one thing. They also look at your experience, and the experience you've had, and you know the passion you have for something. And it takes a lot of managers' times to screen out all these kind of qualities. There's actually some of the organization which include some of the best clearing firms in the world, like KPMG, Ernst & Young. All these are actually revolutionizing the way they hire their employees. So just not basing on the fact that you took out a business degree or you took out a finance degree or what, but also something they're advising on, I think, which is very crucial, is the fact that before we join university, we need to have at least a little bit time of thinking. Just don't jump into your degree. I know in the process we kind of figured it out what you want to be, but again, it's very important that you also look at these numbers, because if you're going to function in a society like Rwanda, and because as you have seen in the news, most of the people that did microbiology at university have not had jobs for years, and they were complaining, and they took the same problem to the parliament to see what could be done. And what was the sad news was that the Ministry of Education said they lacked some units that they needed to take in university. Now they have to go back and learn again those units. So it's very important that we analyze these numbers.
And it's very degrading also.
Yes, very degrading.
I also think that universities and the government should collaborate on the level where whatever the university is providing, the government is aware of and is able to create opportunities for the
Yeah.
job seekers
Yeah, 'cause
later on when they're finished
Yeah.
with the university.
let me just pose this question. Was that here locally?
Yes,
Yes.
it was here.
So that means there is a very big gap between the government and the education system. That's just
Even though
exactly
there's the
what
Ministry of
it's.
Education.
Yeah, the Ministry of Education. That means that I don't know what happened there, but what it means to me, there is a gap. You're not really following up what these are offering and if it's necessary and all the qualifications that these different degrees need to have.
Yeah, maybe this is a very sensitive
And
topic. I think-
opportunities. We need to be able to come out of school
Yeah.
and jump right in, knowing that, you know what, it's okay. If I'm going to do microbiology, then it's okay because I know there's a job here, there's a job here, there's a job there.
Yes, because I had some of the complaints of the students that took up microbiology in university. Some of them, ever since it's been 4 years, and they have not had any job.
And then you're going back to school even after
And
the
then
4
now
years.
you're going back to school after.
I think
all
that's
these
a
years.
total fail of the education ministry.
It's a failure.
That
on
is
their
a
part.
fail, a
And-
big
and
one on the
top
spot.
of that, you know, before a university initiate a certain program, they need to see, after those students finish, is there any job opportunity that is going to be created for them? Because there is also a big gap between the education system and the workforce in Rwanda. So
Right.
institution in Rwanda should step up and say, okay, every year we are going to have at least the top 10 or the top 30 in finance, in whatever, so that
Right.
people, by the moment they are studying, they know that when you perform perfect, you are guaranteed a job. Because that is what happening in other countries abroad. You see, when you are the best in what you do, you are guaranteed to get a job. But sometimes in Africa, it's not whether you are good or not. Sometimes it's about luck. You know,
No, who you know.
who you know. You see,
Technical know-who.
technical knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's really somehow discouraging to, you know, to just go to attend a university. Some people decide to just take some short courses. They get many of such short courses, and then they have a lot of knowledge
Yeah.
that they can apply in various of different things. And then when you have that knowledge, you beat anybody who sat for 4 years in university, who go out and do a training and do internship and wait, and apply.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you are better than those people because you got this 6 months, that 3 months everywhere, and have that knowledge in you, and you can work anywhere. See, that is actually where we want this system to help people when they are finishing. There is an opportunity, if you are good in what you did, that you can get a job.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is a very...
And I just want to add on what he said, the gap that's between the education system and the work, I don't know, institutions, yeah. And that's what he said, and maybe we need to address this. I just thought we can address this. There has to be that kind of partnership. Well, you know, because SFB School of, sorry, is it SFB now?
No, the
School of
College
Finance.
of...
Sorry, College of Finance and
College of Business.
Business. All right, let me just, College of Business. So now you can know
And
like all the
finance, business and finance.
business and finance, yeah. Now you can know all the maybe let's narrow it down to the government institutions, maybe the Ministry of Finance, maybe the other organizations that work with the government hand in hand, and they do things to do with accounting and business and all that, or even the private sector federation, so they can work together and know, you know, there are job opportunities for these people. So even before, because it gets to a point and some students are confused about what to pursue in what kind of degrees to do or even short courses. So the good thing is to just, you know, lay a foundation and know that your future is there. It's guaranteed that you'll get what to do if you choose right. So now what remains is for the students to know the right thing to choose. But let's not play dice and have people risking what they're doing and they don't know
And
what the
just
future
choosing
holds.
something because it's marketable,
Marketable.
and not because they actually really like it.
Yeah.
No.
Because at the end of the day, if somebody does what they like and there are opportunities there, that field could be the factor that contributes to the growth of the economy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or we can have a bulk of people getting into one field and the other one has nobody. Like the IT, it has so many people, and which is a good thing. Yeah.
Well, now, because this is a very good topic, because I think it comes at a moment when most students are planning to go to college in September. So they're trying out to choose which colleges to go to, which courses to pursue. So I think for people out there, maybe we've opened up doors and, you know, deep thinking for somebody out there on what choice they should be making. And we hope now that the choice lies within your hands, and we hope that you make the right choice. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Business stories are coming up next with Yvette Shumbushu.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything you love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Business stories making headlines today. Turkish firm Hakan Mining and Generation Industry and Trade Inc. will invest $400 million, which is equivalent to 300 billion Rwandan francs, in 80 megawatts spit-fired power plant in southern Rwanda. The firm will, under a power purchase agreement signed with the Rwandan government, design, finance, build, own and operate the plant using bit extracted from South Akanyuru in Gisagara district. Akan's chairman Amit Karasoy said the company was attracted by Rwanda's growth prospects offered by the country's vibrant economy and investment environment. Well, the Nairobi County police boss actually, Jeffeth Kome, said that on Sunday the night attack that was upon the Uber taxi driver was an attempted murder, vowing to apprehend the attackers whose escape vehicle was captured on CCTV. 4 men are said to have beaten and injured an Uber taxi driver and torched his car. Fresh mediation attempts between regular and Uber taxis are set to be held after the Sunday attack, with police saying that the number of severity of attacks is increasing. National carrier Kenyan Airways has changed its flight schedules for the Nairobi-London route. The airline, which currently departs for London in the evening, arriving at Heathrow Airport the following morning, will from next month be departing in the morning. The time change is really about efficiency and best utilization of their assets. You're now up to date with today's business headlines. Sports news coming up in just a moment with Moses Fidikunsida.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Time now for your sport news. I am Moses Fidikunsida. Starting with local handball, Police Handball Club targeted Quartlet after clinching Heroes Day handball title on Sunday. Police Handball coach Antoine Ntawangayimana has set a target to win 4 titles this year after retaining this year's Heroes Day handball tournament that ended on Sunday at Ecole Secondaire Kigoma in Ruhango district. Police clinched their 5th Heroes Day title after edging past arch rivals APL 21-19 goals in a tightly contested final. The new league season is set to start on March 5th. Antoine said, and I quote, "It is a great moment for us to start the new season on high as we seek to repeat a successful campaign like one we had last year." Meanwhile, in women's fray, Hanika TCC trashed group scorer Mwendo 20-5 goals to claim the title from Apega that did not participate. Now in FIFA presidential race, Tokyo Sexual took FIFA presidency rival Gianni Infantino on Robben Island visit. FIFA presidential candidate Tokyo Sexual and Gianni Infantino paid a visit to Robben Island on Monday, ahead of the FIFA elections in Zurich this Friday. Sexual said that the Makana Football Association, the only football prisons league to be awarded the honorary FIFA award in recognition of football, has an instrument for resistance and reconciliation, should be used as an example to change the damaged reputation that exists within the soccer body at present. Sexual invited other 3 candidates, Prince Ali, Sheikh Salman and Jerome Champagne, but they were unable to attend. Infantino said that should he become the president of FIFA, he plans to work with Tokyo. And finally, the follow-up of FA Cup. Manchester United is into the FA Cup quarterfinals on Monday. Manchester United made easy work of League One Shrewsbury Town to give temporary relief to embattled manager Louis van Gaal and secure an FA Cup quarterfinal with West Ham at Old Trafford. United gave their manager a comfortable night as they strolled into the last 8 with Chris Smalling, Jesse Lingard and Joan Mata's smart free kick made United go through to the quarterfinals.
Moses, this is something that I wanted, of course, to talk about, specifically the fact that, of course, we have by Friday, we're going to know who's the next FIFA president.
Yeah.
Now, what I think Soxol did was a very great initiative. Personally, I think the motive to take the rival to the Robben Island was a great initiative. Yeah. But of course, as you know, as the media attention now shifts to Switzerland, to know who the next president for the world's most powerful organization of football, FIFA, is, what has been, of course, your own, process of just viewing the different comments that are coming in, and what do you think should build up the whole idea behind this movement? Why would Sexual take a rival like this man to Robben Island just to show him all that is happening?
Well, he did. He took it. He was the only one who was available to attend, but he had actually invited all the presidential candidates, because he had invited Prince bin Ali Al Hussein, and he had invited Sheikh Salman, and he also invited Jerome Champagne, and also himself and Gianni Infantino.
Funny enough, all these guys, they're not talking about them in the FIFA. It's always been between Al Khalifa and also Prince bin Ali and Gianni Infantino. Because as far as I am concerned, Tokyo Sexual is going to join hands with Gianni Infantino. Most people say he should drop out. I don't know. Yeah, he's actually, it looks like he's going to drop out, because some of his statements, he said that this is like Vatican, because sometimes you need to look at where you can belong. Sometimes you see this person has is more likely to be voted. And then if I join hand with him earlier, it means I might stand a chance, to actually be given a job within the organization. Yes,
Jeb Bush dropped out in the Republican presidential race. Maybe also in football, might see someone dropping out.
It's the same thing, and and it looks like also Jerome Champagne is going to join hand with Sheikh Salman, the Bahrain prince, and also it looks like now it's going to be 3-horse race, which is going to be Prince bin Ali and Sheikh Salman and Gianni Infantino. Because when you look at the way Infantino is doing, he's actually trying to win votes from African Federation, actually CAF, because originally CAF has endorsed Sheikh Salman. But again, now later on after the meeting, the meeting that actually took place during Chan in Serena before Chan started, they decided to endorse Sheikh Salman. But again, after the meeting, so all the FA presidents decided to I'll vote whoever I want. So it's no longer, it doesn't really seem like it's going to be the full CAF. That is actually the better way to do it. Yes. And when you look at the way Prince bin Ali Al Hussein is operating, he's actually operating behind the scene. He doesn't want to be very much involved in the media, which is probably a smart move because he has been there.
What could be the target for that?
He has challenged Blatter, and he dropped out later because Blatter was a super powerful person to beat. Well, he's actually acting behind the scene.
No, he is a man who's trying to campaign in order to get votes. But he's staying away from the media, yet he needs the media at the time.
Definitely. Let me tell you, this campaign is not all about what the media talk about. It's all about what can you afford to do. And the manifesto, what have you proved, and the way you talk to different football associations, you don't really need to put it in the media. Because putting it in the media, well, it's good. But again, another time, people might lose the attention to what exactly are you going to do, and focus attention on campaigning. You see, at the end of the day, it's what can you afford to do and what can you afford to give to the FIFA. According to in his manifesto, some of the things that he promised to do is to work closely with Football Association and increase the $250,000 that they always give, FIFA always give to Football Association every year as a support. Increase it to all the way to $1 million US
Quite an ambitious plan.
Quite an ambitious plan, and that is going to happen to all football associations in 209 football associations. So what Sexwell was saying here is we need to do from Haiti to Fiji to Chad. You know, all those
are countries that don't have football.
That has almost no football. You know, and you know, that is actually a good thing and a good sign that you know, when you go to Robben Island, you see people who struggled. You look at you see this this football association, which is Mahana Football Association, that was awarded by FIFA in 2007. You know, as the only prison league. You see, Mandela played in that league. The president of South Africa, the current president of South Africa, was a referee in that association, and the Sexual was part of the players. So it's a legendary prison league. You see, and that one brings back, you know, the memory of you not only need to sit in FIFA on hot seat and, you know, do the big thing, but also need to go down and look at what happens, you know, down there in Chad, in Fiji, you know, small countries all over the world. And Prince Bin Ali has proved that he can go to different places to look what is going to happen. Infantino is going to be supported by some of the countries in Europe, some of the countries around the world. Sheikh Salman is actually, as far as I'm concerned, as the media is concerned, he looks like the favorite. But well, we are yet to see the strike of Ben Ali, and he is a smart person, and he's looking closely of other people, what they're doing. We wait and see.
We wait and see, indeed. We wait and see. Of course, the drums are on to see who's next to be the president for FIFA. We can't wait for Friday, of course. There you had it from Moses, and you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Local and international news are coming up next.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything you love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Let's take a look now at news making headlines here in Rwanda and around the world.
The Ministry of Disaster Preparedness and Refugee Affairs has set aside $36.6 million towards efforts to cope with effects of El Nino. This was said by Jean-Baptiste Nsengiyumva, the Director of Disaster Risk Reduction and Preparedness at MIDMA, during the 42nd Greater Horn of Africa Climate Outlook Forum.
Uptake of digital payment solutions among the government agencies continue to be low despite the recent emphasis on the technological mode. A majority of government agencies continue to insist on cash payments through banks, slowing up the national goal of leading the country into a cashless economy.
And in regional news, an Egyptian military court made a mistake by sentencing a 4-year-old boy to life in prison for murder last week. Spokesman Kano Mohammed Samil said the court should have sentenced a 16-year-old with a similar name instead. Ahmed Mansour Quran Ali was convicted along with 115 others in connection with riots by Muslim Brotherhood supporters in Fayum province in 2014.
And in international news, water supply has been partially restored in the Indian capital, Delhi, where up to 10 million were affected after protesters sabotaged a key canal. The army took control of Monarch Canal.
So they say it was by mistake, and that kind of, questions the justice
That is not
system.
a mistake. That is recklessness.
Yeah, very much, especially in
The boy probably doesn't even know how to count.
Of course. I mean, this, if you saw the video, it's just a baby. Like, it's funny, like
4 years old. I mean, I have memories from only 4 years old. So you can imagine how young.
yes, and this
Maybe.
actually is opening up the international debate on what's actually the justice system right now in Egypt.
Actually, the Child Protection Organization should definitely take a look at it and see what they can do to help this child.
Sorry for that baby now. Now to a more positive side, of course, we take a look at what's happening in lifestyle and what's hot right now in our daily debate section, Hot Topics with Sherry Uwase. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. I am Sherry Uwase and this is the lifestyle segment. Now, last week I visited Inzovu African Village, which is located on the Stony Road between Kisimenti and Kichukiro. I mean, that's just how us Rwandans, we give directions. And Inzovu is well known for its spectacular art pieces and Ankara or Kitenge fabrics in different art forms ranging from shoes, bags, clothes, jewelry, and so much more. It is also known for its delicious coffee specialty. Take a look. Welcome to today's lifestyle segment with me, Sherry Uwase, of course, and I am here at Inzovu African Village. Oh my, it's amazing. And I'm just about to be joined by one
but I also have I'm a co-partner because I have two other partners, and Inzovu African Village is a social business venture that gives 10% back to the community. Basically, as one of the co-founders here at Inzovu, I would really encourage everybody, to be part of this good vision, if I would say, because it's really different from other businesses, because what we put first is the community. Because everything we're doing here, the art pieces, the coffee, the products, everything, 10% goes back to the community, because we feel that no matter what we do, the community comes first, and giving back to the community is number one, our priority. And so I would encourage everyone to be part of this good vision and be part of us and join us. So, and also maybe what is more interesting is that, we think about everybody. Our price is fair. Our menu is really friendly. Everyone is welcome to be part of this good place. And by the way, whatever you're doing, any piece you buy, cup of coffee, any product you buy here, you're giving 10% to the community, which we think that you are making a difference in an amazing way. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you.
So you got me at coffee.
Yes, they have. I think they have. I think they have probably the best coffee that I have tasted.
Really?
In Kigali, yeah, they really have.
My goodness, because I've
Some-
tasted really good coffee in different places.
You need to go. You need to go and try this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before now that you've told me about the coffee, let's talk about Inzovu Village. You said art village.
African
African village. So they have displays of art.
Yes, they do.
Everything African, shoes.
Yes,
jewelry.
everything
Anything else?
African. Basically, that's it. But a lot to do with paintings.
And they sell?
Yeah, they sell them.
And the prices are?
They're very friendly. They're quite friendly. Yeah.
Pocket friendly.
They're pocket friendly. So it's not that much. Anybody can afford that, really, if you've planned to buy something there. And it almost, for me, it seemed like a permanent art exhibition right there. Yeah, it's really very well placed. There's a section for just the paintings and all that. There's another section for just the jewelry, and then the rest of the things, the bags, the clothes. It's really a nice place
So
to
you
be.
said between Kisimenti and Chichuchiro,
Yes,
the Stony Road.
the Stony Road, as you slope down.
Let's say we're going past Canberra.
Exactly.
We go as if we're going to Chichuchiro.
Now, you see when you're sloping down Canberra, where actually Carrefour, the place you see Carrefour. Now, as you slope down that Stony Road, there is one that goes straight down and then it just branches a little bit. Yes, so you take that one,
That
you take the one
straight.
Yes.
Down.
And then just before you reach Sonatube, you'll definitely see Inzovu. It's just by the roadside right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very
So
the
before
location is-
Bralirwa?
Yeah, way far
Way
ahead.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank
So
you.
it's a place that you should all go. I really recommend that you go. Take a
will.
few friends, take a clan, your family, everybody. Just tell them to tag along. And I think this is a good experience for everyone. And I love that we're having all this in our country.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, so don't go away. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, and it's that Hot Topics time again. As always, we are up and about gathering just about everything that you need to know about what's trending all over social media. We've got it all for you right here, right now. And now, 10-year-old Ify was bullied for her weight, and now she debuts her plus-size fashion line during New York Fashion Week. Now, she started out by making African-inspired clothes for her dolls, of course, because she's just 10. Then for her friends, using her grandmother's sewing machine. Ify's collection accommodates girls and women of all sizes. And speaking about her fashion line, she said, and I quote, "I turned negative attention into positive attention." Let's take a look at this.
Just wait until you see the cutting-edge fashion pieces fully produced from concept to creation, all in this one room in a small home in Laurelton, Queens. The only thing that might surprise you more is when you meet the person behind it. This girl has guts and a whole lot of talent. Bold prints in eye-catching colors. They turned heads during New York Fashion Week, and the hot designer is in the 5th grade.
The name is Chubby Line. It inspired the name because not as in you're chubby, like chubby as in you're different.
Ify Ufele's new fashion line is quickly gaining national attention, and the 10-year-old from Queens balances crafting each piece by hand with her elementary school homework. Sewing became a refuge for Ify after facing cruel classmates.
They would call me all types of names, get beat up. They would shove my school lunch on the floor.
It got so bad till she used to make herself physically sick where I had to bring her to the doctor. We were thinking it was a stomach problem, but then when we realized that it was the bullying, it took a toll on her physically where she really didn't want to go to school.
She went from being bullied about her weight to embracing her own beauty. Ify makes clothes for children and adults and in plus sizes.
Can I try it on?
And it comes with Bermuda shorts.
And tonight, Ify gave us a look at some of her latest designs.
This is a Serena Williams inspired outfit. He's wearing a hoodie that has African print. This is one of my plus size designs. This is made out of stretchy fabric, so it can define to your curves. He's wearing one of my two-piece outfits.
Last week, Ify absolutely glowed as her models rocked the runway. Her work was showcased during the Small Boutiques show in New York's Fashion Week. Ify's mom says it's all about perspective.
This has been a long journey for her. We still have a long way to go because we want people to understand it's really not about the fashion. It's about the bullying and the movement that we're sharing with a lot of individuals, especially our young people.
So what's next for this small designer with big dreams? Well, Ippy has 10 pieces that are about to go into mass production. They'll be for sale on her website starting next week. Reporting from Laurelton, Queens, Ayana Harry, Pix 11 News.
So this is a 10-year-old. She is a bit, okay, she's chubby, lovely chubby. But kids can be mean. I think you guys all know when you're young, kids can be mean. And I know in this, she was saying that sometimes she was even beaten up and they would say some really terrible things to her. So she was bullied. But then she decided, you know what, I'll just live my life. So she started making these small things for her dolls. And she has, my goodness, I cannot believe how talented she is. And now she's turned, like she said, negative energy into positive energy. And she went for New York Fashion Week. We know how that is such a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah,
it's trending everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel her pain. Once upon a time, even though it's very difficult to tell, I was also very chubby. I mean,
really?
given how small I am
Do you
now.
have pictures? We need to put them on the show.
I'm being sarcastic. Anyway, I totally understand how she would feel. I mean, being chubby and being young, and all the girls are so thin, and they make fun of you. You're just like, you don't want to eat, and you really feel very discouraged to have food. But then the food is so good, so you're like, might as well just eat. Who cares?
You'll be fine.
But I'm so glad that she was able to turn that into positive energy, and she was able to put it in her, not only within her dolls and her making clothes for her friends, but now she's debuting in Fashion Week. I mean, in New York Fashion Week, and that is a huge accomplishment. I mean, all the girls that made fun of her are actually going to even be wearing her clothes. It's not just for plus little chubby girls, but it's for every size within that generation. So they're going to be wearing her clothes and they won't even know. But do you see how karma is just so nice?
Well, I think this reminds me of a song. I don't know. Is it Megan Trainor saying super? I don't know. You know, I love the bass.
Yeah. You know, I got
the
bass. You don't know that song?
Nope. It was a Billboard hit, I think.
It was huge.
Very huge.
You guys know my kind of taste in music.
All right.
Anyway, I'll look that one up if it makes any sense.
And for me, I think this is quite an inspiring story, because I know a lot of young girls who get depressed because of their body size, or you know, not only young girls, a lot of people are fighting, you know, inside them, and it's a daily struggle for them. And it is at moments like this that, you know, when somebody actually turns that negative energy into positive energy, that those down moments, I think it's those moments that we need to actually learn from. And for me, she has gone against all odds to make sure that, you know, this dream comes to a reality. And again, it is also something that we need to learn, that actually, you know, that same negative energy triggered her success. So there's also something that we can learn from that, and I think this is a great initiative that also people struggling out there that need to learn from. And you know.
There's something you once said from Jakins. What's his name?
TD Jakes?
Yeah, TD Jakes.
Yes.
And
Jakins.
I'm sorry. TD Jakes. And you were talking about, you know, in times of failure or times of depression, you know, that's usually when God actually brings out the best in you, or something positive comes out of it, and success comes out of it. So just in the same rings for this young girl, it was a very difficult time for her, and she was really depressed, and she felt horrible being bullied. So out of all of that, something even better came out of it.
Right.
So is that thing, it's a process. So it's actually, God is so amazing the way he molds you in those moments. It's basically just molding you, so that the moment when you get that super moment, you actually don't take it for granted, and you actually you have actually I would say qualified and ready for the task. Sometimes if it was a straight road out, sometimes we'd fail on the task because we missed out the moment of being molded. And it's that moment when she was molded to become what she is, and I think this is an amazing story to share.
So I guess that's also encouraging. Sorry, Moses. There's just so much I want to say. That's also to encourage everybody that, you know, not only should you endure, but, you know, accept the challenges, because they're the ones that are going to mold you to become the best person, and be ready and equip you. They're going to be able to fully equip you for that success.
Right.
They've said almost everything I was about to say.
Yes.
But for this young kid, she actually reminds me that there is a path that God has prepared for everyone, and it's hard for anybody to be successful unless you pass through a certain challenge. And the capacity and the ability to go through that challenge is what defines your success later on in life. So most of the challenges are very painful, and it takes an extra mile to go away to endure it. So for her, I mean, it is an amazing story, and this is what also young people in Rwanda, not only 10 years old, but also other people, young generation, including ourselves, that we should learn from. Not like every difficulty that we face in life means fail, but it might mean a turning point in life. So we should carefully assess everything that comes along our way to see, can it be a turning point for me? And how ready am I if it becomes a turning point? You see, I think that is where we should get a lesson from, and for her it is an amazing turning point that she has had.
Right. And I just want to wrap this up by saying something that I had one motivational speaker speaking, and he said, before you get to a point, the word message you get from something, it comes from mess and edge. So God will take you through a mess, which will bring you to the edge of what you want to do. Either it's age by
time period also.
Yes, time period, and also age at just
specific number.
Yeah, the specific number. So at 10, her doing that, it's very really at 10. Most people should be. Yeah, most people would have been depressed. A 10-year-old, you tell them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
that would have been like
so depressing. Yeah, and for a child to be instilled like that, a mindset, she really is a fighter.
I hope my kids are like that.
Right.
And I don't cut you short, but we talked about entrepreneurship, and we talked about the art of being an entrepreneur. This is what it means to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who goes above the odds, someone who shows something extraordinary with the highest level of passion. You see, and turning negative into positive. That's what entrepreneur are.
And also taking a risk. I mean, she's 10 years old. I'm sure people who she might have told that she wants to start a fashion line or even be featured in the New York Fashion Week would have told her, but you're only 10. No, maybe in like 10, 20 years.
Wait until,
wait until then. Focus on your coloring and your multiplication table, but she went beyond that. I mean, she said a deaf ear to all of that negativity, and she set forward to her.
And this also comes back to what we were talking about earlier, about the way people choose the school, the university degrees, and what to study. Now, for this young kid, she has already chosen who she wants to be, even before she goes to university.
Right.
But do all people have that same ambition to choose who they want to be, even before they actually reach that age? That's also another problem. So, but this is a perfect example in so many different aspects of life, of which we should learn from.
Yeah, so she set the foundation, she set the pace, and we're happy for her, and we hope that this is going to really encourage even other young people. Anyway, that's all the hot topics we have for you today. Don't go away, we'll be right back after the break.
Don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and reports we do. Finally, find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine RW. We love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website, www.riseandshinerwanda.com. Well, that is all the time we have for you today. You have been watching Rise and Shine with me, Yvette Shumbusho.
And me, Ivan Magwene. We'll be at same time, same place tomorrow. Do join us then. But for now, from the both of us and the rest of the Rise and Shine team, have a very good day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.